Hey, Grant here. Hope you're doing well today. As we wake up to this new week, this new time, this new world, I want to talk to you about unemployment. I'm having to make really hard decisions right now with my company. And for those of you who may be employed, might have lost your job this week, maybe you're worried about losing your job. I want to give a message to you. I've talked to a lot of my friends and buddies that own companies, big companies, even bigger than mine, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing? What are they doing?" They're telling me what they're doing right now, and I know this message probably will not be received by some of you in a fair way. Maybe I can't explain to you enough how hard it is for somebody that owns a company to have to cut people. Last week we let go 42 people. We had to let 42 people go. We paid them through the end of the month. And there was not one person out of those 42 people over 3 divisions that we wanted to let go of. Okay, we wanted to keep them all. We also had contract labor and vendors that we had to let go of. We kept 120 plus staff for Cardone Training Technologies, our 10X events. So my message to three groups of people: the employed, the unemployed, and employers, people that are, you have to make these decisions right now. Look, I didn't hire 160 people because I wanted to get rid of them. We were hiring people as of a week and a half ago. In normal times, you just quit hiring people. In normal times, you just like, okay, no more hiring. We're good where we're at. That's up until a week and a half ago, we were still hiring people. My payroll last year was over $12 million. I was happy to pay. We actually pay people about 12% more than the average business in Miami, where we're located. But here's the deal: if you're an employee that has not been cut, and you're sitting there worried about being cut, I'm going to tell you exactly in this video what you should be doing right now. If you have been cut, like Delta's done it, Virgin Atlantic's done it, American, Marriott, folks, just so you know, there's 155 million people that were working in this country last year. As many as 40 million people could be unemployed here in the next 3 weeks. Listen to what I'm telling you. This is not a time to hate on people. It's not a time to find somebody to make wrong or blame the man. Like, we're all in this same boat together, okay? Everybody is gonna get spanked, okay? Now, obviously, I'm in a position different than a lot of people. I don't have to worry about my bills next month. And I know a lot of you are worried about your bills. You're worried about your car payment. You're worried about your house payment. You're worried about your rent. I have 8,000 families that live in my properties that I have to take care of. We have 3,200 investors that I want to be able to continue to make distributions to, that put their money with me. If we can't make distributions, I need to protect that money to make sure they don't lose money with me. I have Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and other banks and lenders that I'm responsible to millions and millions, $4.5 million a month in mortgages to. I'm not asking anybody to feel sorry for me, by the way. Feeling sorry for me feeling sorry for me, whatever, that's not going to change anything. Hating on me won't change anything either. Hating on yourself won't change anything. Only thing that's going to change is to know what is really going on right now. We had to let 42 people go last week. We kept 127 people at one company where there's 3 divisions. And keep in mind, I just bought a 25,000 square foot building so I could expand into the building because I needed more room. So I didn't hire people to get rid of people. I hired people because I wanted to expand, and we are going to bring those 42 people back. My goal is, when we let them go, was, okay, look, I need about 2 months to figure this out. I can pay you through the end of the month. I need a couple months to figure this out, and we want to bring you back. For those people that are still working, right now, you need to add unbelievable value to the company that you're working for right now. If you haven't been let go, you need to do your job. You need to attach to the revenue. If you've been in shipping, you need to start figuring out how you can drive revenue to your company, and you need to become more valuable than you ever have been. For those of you who have been laid off, okay, it's happening all over the world. Goldman Sachs said unemployment could go to 30%. I've never seen that in my lifetime. I don't think that that's ever happened in the United States. If you have lost your job now is to get a job. Well, nobody's hiring. That's not true. Amazon's hiring 100,000 people. We have Amazon right there in Miami. They were open all day Sunday till midnight. I think they're working around the clock right now. So you got to find people that are hiring. There's people building masks right now. General Motors is talking about shutting down the car plant, which I think they already have, and turning into the mask business. We're going to become something else. So if you've lost your job, look for a 1099 position. There was a lot of people that left us that said, hey, can I work from home as a 1099? Okay, you don't pay me a salary, you don't pay me health care, but I can produce revenue. I'm like, yeah, let's do that. So look for companies. There's 32 million companies in America. If half of them go out of business, 16 million are still left. What can you do? What can you do to outcreate this situation? Okay, what can you do? What questions can you ask yourself? What do you need to improve right now? For those of you out there that nobody feels sorry for, and I don't blame you, is the employer, the bosses. Hey, you got to do what you got to do to fight another day, and I understand that. So for all my friends out there that employ people that have taken risk for years, okay, office risk, equipment risk, loan risk, employee risk, for all of you out there, all the bosses out there that hire people and write checks, hey, look, I totally understand what you're going through right now. Do not expect sympathy from the world, and don't wait for the government to do their thing. The government's going to do something because this thing is so massive. To all the bosses, I believe this thing is so big. It is so big that the government literally might just have to hit the reset switch and take everybody back to zero, reboot the whole system, and let's go again. So for all the bosses out there, if you have to let people go right now, man, I get it. Live to fight another day, okay? So that you have your vehicle, you have to maintain. You have to maintain the vehicle, the vessel, the business, so that you can bring those people back, because I know for sure that you didn't hire somebody you didn't want. You didn't hire somebody because you weren't thinking about a great future. You weren't hiring people last month like so many of you were hiring people last month because you thought you were going to be going out of business next month. Now you're thinking about going out of business. Look, Goldman Sachs said there could be a 12 to 15% reduction in GDP. Some people think it could be 20%. These are massive numbers, folks. If you don't understand them, you need to, okay? Some people think it could be 30%. That would be the highest reduction in GDP in the history of the United States of America in 200 years. This is not also just an an American problem. This is an Earth problem. This is a global, worldwide, economic epidemic of unprecedented, catastrophic magnitude. So, if you lost your job this week, what are you going to do? Your job is to get a job. Okay, that's your new job. Your new job is to get a job. If you worked with me last week and you were let go on Thursday or Friday, we paid you through the end of the month. You probably don't even think that's fair. Okay, what is fair is this. Okay, is the fact that I am going to get through this, and when I do, I want you back. I want you back. Everybody that left me, I want you back. Remember, I have 8,000 families in the real estate to take care of, 3,200 investors that gave me money that I have to take care of. I have 250 employees in the real estate today, another 120 left in my other business. We let 42 people go last week. So, sorry, I hate it. It's terrible. Okay, millions and millions and millions of people are going to be unemployed here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So what are you going to do when you get unemployed? New goal, get a job. Okay, other industries will spring forth because of this thing. I've been unemployed before. Ended up taking a job I hated. You might have to take a job you hate. So I just got out of college. I went to college to get a good degree so I could get a good job. And when I got out of college, those people weren't hiring. I didn't hate on them. This is probably going to be, as we get over this, like most losses, when we look back later, this is probably going to be a blessing in disguise for a lot of people. And it never feels like that when you lose that boyfriend, that girlfriend, that relationship, that job, and you look back while you're going through it, it's terrible. Then 2 years later, you're like, oh, wow, this is what rebuilt my life. You have to look at this opportunity as a rebuild, a reset, recalibration. Easy for me to say. Easy for me to sit here and say that. I'm not the one being fired, okay? But in many ways, I am being fired. I have to redo my deal. I don't know that I'm gonna make it, okay? Frankly, I don't know that my event business will make it. I don't know that my training business, I think it will make it just because we provide so many solutions to people. Like we're offering free Cardone University. You want Cardone University right now? Go grab it for free. CardoneUniversity.com, CardoneU.com. Free. The entire world, 11 different languages. We want to help you. I want to help you. I can't help you if you hate me, okay? Even if you take the help, how can you get help from somebody you don't like? And you don't have to like me. This isn't a plea for you guys to like me. This is about employment, unemployment, and employers. If you have lost your job, seek 1099 positions. Find revenue that you can drive to a company. Find a way to get leads. What do people need right now? They need revenue. They need leads. Also, if you've been unemployed, do not hate on the people that you lost your job with. Every person on planet Earth will be unemploying someone. My wife reminded me of this last night. Every person on this planet will be letting someone go. When you don't order something from your local store, you fired them. Okay? When you don't get a color in your hair, whatever, you fired them. When you don't buy that hat because you don't have the money, you fired the person that made the hat. I mean, we're all going to be firing someone. You have to look at who you're going to fire right now. And so, for those of you who still are lucky enough to have a job, which is most of the planet, and you're worried about maybe losing your job, and you should be, because that's the truth. Do your job and attach your job to revenue. You have to figure out how to get your job attached to revenue. And you have to become more valuable now than you ever have been without any guidance or management, because most people are having to do it from home, which is unbelievable. Like, this has never happened where, hey, not only is the company at risk, not only is your job at risk, but you don't even have the company to support you because now you got to work from home. It's crazy. And the last thing is to the employers, people that hire people. Man, I know how hard this is for you. Like, I know this has got to be like so painful. As many as 30 million people, maybe 45 million people are going to be let go. Somebody had to make that decision. Why John rather than Jill? Why Jill rather than John? It's terrible, man. It's awful. So we had to do it last week, bosses. I had to let people go last week because I know where we're going right now. And the only way I can make sure I can offer those people a job in the future, if they want to come back, is to make sure I save the ship. So make the hard decisions right now. Everybody's being asked to make the hard decisions. Make the hard decisions right now. Do what you got to do. Take care of people. Be fair with them. Provide them with some resources. Like we're providing people that leave with resources where they can go to get work. Resumes, recommendations, suggestions. Anything I can do for anybody that we let go last week. Hopefully you're tapped into Cardone U. We gave you that. Anything I can do for you on recommendations. My job right now is to get my ship healed, fueled back up, moving in the right direction so that I can call you guys back and hire you back. And the best thing every boss out there can do is save your ship. Get it fueled, get it recalibrated, get it going in the right direction, get it solving new problems, and then go back and hire as many of those people back as you can. Again, this is a tough time for all of us. I know this video, me cutting one person, is going to be, I'll be condemned by the rest of the world. Not a new thing for me. I've been through tough times. I make the tough decisions when I have to. I wish everything was nice and rosy and easy. I've been warning everybody about this event for at least the last, 30 months. Not the coronavirus, but about the economy, about unemployment, about job loss, about overspending, about getting in debt. Didn't know it would be this big, but I have been saying, hey, we're all at risk, and now we are. Okay, so anything I can do to help you, I'll continue to be here on all our channels to push out the truth. You can take it or leave it. You can hate on me, you can love me, you can ignore me, whatever, okay? But I'm gonna get through this. I know you're gonna get through this. You're gonna get through this. The question is, when this is all over, how'd you get through it? And how do you look on the other side, okay? You will have to make tough decisions, just like I have. You will have to. If you don't make tough decisions, you will get through this. You'll still get through this, but I guarantee you it's going to be ugly on the other side. If you make tough decisions now, sooner rather than later, you'll get through this, and on the other side, you'll be better because you did. God bless. Be great.